Good morning, South Stars. It's Friday, December 4th, and Jerry the Elf has struck again. He's been here at school, has lots of crazy stuff going on here. Apparently, he loved being in our copy room last night. So as you can see, Jerry decided to make some copies, apparently, of himself, and he thinks that we can't get enough of him. So he made these wonderful portraits of himself. That's a wild one right there. So Jerry, coming to us from the copy room. I love it. You're right, Jerry. You're right. We can't get enough of you. So, boys and girls, today is the second day of Christmas here at South. It is crazy Christmas sock day. Miss Hal has her socks on. Got my red and white striped socks on. And so Monday is all green, Christmas green day. So you're going to want to make sure that you participate in the 12 days of Christmas on Monday as well. So Jerry has prepared our shout outs again today. So Jerry, I'm just going to leave you here in the office with your portraits. I'm glad that you're going to be hanging out with the teachers today as they make their copies. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my office and do the shout outs. So come with me. That Jerry, he did clean up his mess in my office, so that was good. But he still didn't clean out my cup. My cup still has the rest of his hot chocolate in it, so I don't know what we're going to do about that. All right, let's see here. We're going to go ahead and do our shout outs for today. So, shout outs from Miss Leisha and Miss Fulkerson. Miss Fulkerson has shout outs for those students who were participating in the Google Meet yesterday. They had several questions about their work, and they listened attentively as Miss Fulkerson read from the best Christmas pageant ever. These students were Elizabeth, Kyle, Gage C., Asher, and Adeline. Great job to those guys. Wonderful work. From Miss Cruz, the following 4th grade students did a fantastic job on their writing work related to their small group book. Those students were Ella, Aiden, Lakin, Bella, Mercedes, Hunter K, and Landon V. Also, great participation and discussion on the new science review meeting. Those students were Tripp, Hunter K, Waylon, Wyatt, Landon V, Aro, Aubrey, Aiden, and Cannon. So wonderful job. You guys keep up the great work. I am so glad that there were some shout outs from down there. From Miss Lucas down on the 5th grade hallway, Miss Lucas says she wants to recognize the following students for showing up to their math small group meets and being ready to talk math. She said they contributed to the math discussion and they're showing that they're growing in their math despite the obstacles. They all earned blings for their participation and great math thinking. I love that we have some math shout outs down there in 5th grade and that those 5th grade math brains are just growing. So shout outs to these students: Rain Frank, Aiden Haycraft, Caleb Helms, Riley Moore, Brendan O'Brien, RJ Roach, Trevor Ralph, Sebastian Meserve, Briar DeJarnett, Scotty Mays, Noah Wedding, Keegan Harlan, Presley Meserve, Andrew Pulaski. And Miss Lucas said that the following also earned blings for attending the live meets: Eli Sims in speech, and Otis Gear for checking in with Miss Gaynor and Miss Lucas. So awesome job, Eli and Otis. Keep up the great work. And all the rest of our 5th graders, great job on those shout outs. From Miss Baker, she wants to give a shout out to these students for attending their reading small groups, working hard, and trying their best during their small groups. Braylon Smith, Cooper Jackson, Kate Kramer, Kyla Haycraft, Carson Rothberger, Allie Nugent, and Ruby Jane Abbott. She also says that these students were on double pink yesterday. Braylon Smith, Coy DeJarnett, and Carson Rothberger ended their day on double pink. Wow, awesome. From Miss Pulliam, Shout outs for students for working so hard in their one-on-one Google Meets with her. Those students yesterday were Ainsley Powers, Cooper Henderson, Eli Wheatley, Gabby Gillians, and Kobe Cox. And Miss Pulliam said that Kobe Cox is only the second kindergartner kid to bravely face the ABC Challenge. Kobe, way to go. Awesome. I challenge the rest of you kindergartners, keep working hard and take that ABC Challenge. I know you can do it. From Miss Mitchell, Miss Mitchell has a lot of shout outs here today. She says Kinsley, Finn, Parker, Tate, Cy, Emma B, and Layla were on pink for their amazing contributions to math conversations in their small group Google Meets. They used great math vocabulary and were thinking critically in order to become more efficient in their math strategies. Good job, guys. Peyton, Eli, Lane, and Sammy were on pink for showing such grit while learning how to count on to solve addition problems. And I love that word grit, because it means that Peyton, Eli, Lane, and Sammy dug in and tried hard even when it was difficult for them to work. They kept going. Grit means that you keep going even when things get hard, because it will get better. Tinsley, Audrey, Preston, Raylan B, Kinsley, Layton, and Ainsley were also on pink for being respectful during their Google Meets and working very hard to move their learning forward. Extra loud shout out to Finn. Finn made the brilliant discovery that it's more efficient to count on from the bigger number in the addition equation. Fantastic thinking, Finn. Miss Mitchell is so proud of you. Also, a big shout out to Layla for realizing that because of the commutative property, you can start with the bigger number, because 4 plus 38 will equal the same thing as 38 plus 4. Wow, good job. Shout out to Kobe Cox for being the third kindergartner to pass his Counting Forward challenge. Way to go. Man, you kindergartners, you are really moving forward. I also forgot to give a big shout out to Tate for sharing his brilliant math thinking last week. Miss Mitchell says that the kindergartner was able to decompose 9 plus 9 into 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus 4 to make it easier to solve quickly in his head. Tate, you just blew away Miss Mitchell, and you blew me away too. That is wonderful. That's some deep thinking, and that's a hard skill to learn, so I'm very proud of you. From Miss Porter, these are our last groups of shout outs. She says her class has been learning how to take care of a calf since their adopted calf was born. The students have been working on learning how dairy farms work and about how to take care of dairy calves. Each day they send her journal entries on what they've learned using their Discovery Diary materials. She said they're anxiously awaiting their next email about Beverly, their calf. For also other shout outs from Miss Porter, she says Jalen, Jr., Addie, Kaylee, Kylie, Amaya, Sydney, Willie, Natalie, Kaylor, Kamaya, Owen, Carson, Ashton, Abel, Charlie, Ava, Isaiah, and Danica were actively participating in their live meets on Wednesdays. She's so proud of how they use different strategies to solve 2-digit plus 2-digit problems. And she said one student even showed how to make jumps on the number line, which they haven't really even used yet this year. Awesome. Man, those math brains are just impressive. And then Miss Porter said that yesterday, Danica, Jr., Kaylor, Jalen, Owen, Willie, Kylie, Charlie, Eric Lee, Isaiah, Amaya, Kaylee, and Ashton were meeting in their reading group on how to read a play. Danica, Jr., Owen, and Amaya did a great job following the text and reading when it was their turn. She was also able to listen in on Miss Megan's group, and they were writing about facts they had learned about tide pools. Wow, I love it. Some good science going on down there too. Miss Porter said, keep up the great work. And Miss Porter wants to say thank you to Miss Hayden for starting out the 12 Days of Christmas surprise readings by reading Pete the Cat and selecting the first grade gift, or their first gift, I'm sorry. She said she can't wait to see who our guest reader is today, and I can't either. And Miss Porter said, P.S., Snowflake and Jake said hello to Jerry. You know what? I think those elves are in cahoots with each other, and it's no telling what they're going to do. So Snowflake and Jake are the elves down there in Miss Porter's room, and Miss Baker. So it's no telling what they're going to do with Jerry, the professional wrestler, Principal Elf. We'll see. She said they're trying really hard to be good, but they don't listen. She wants the students to be careful and not listen to the shenanigans sometimes that the elves say. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, boys and girls, it's a fun second day of Christmas here at South. I hope you have a great day in your remote learning. Make sure that you're working hard, and don't forget that word grit, even when things get hard. I promise you it will get better. Just keep in and be persistent. Let's go ahead and do our pledge for this Friday. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a great day, stars.